Hi guys, welcome to another session of my outdoor cooking, and today we're making Ghana's favorite OMOTUO with groundnut soup. You guys, this is one of my favorite soups. I love groundnut soup and I just want to teach you how to make it. So first of all, this is my groundnut paste. What I'm going to do is transfer this into my saucepan and start to fry. There are so many different ways of making groundnut soup. This is just one of them, and I actually prefer this method because it cooks the groundnut well. So I'm going to add some water to this and mix everything together. Some people use their hands to mix it faster. You can use your hands or you can use a spoon or a ladle or anything like that. I'm going to add some tomato paste to this just to help it bring out more tomato flavor in my soup, and I'm just going to mix everything together. Now I'm going to add more water to this and continue to mix everything together. What we are going to do now is fry the groundnut paste. This will make the soup cook well because groundnut soup can be very delicate. If it's not well cooked, you can get a tummy upset. So I'm going to fry this till I start to see oil settling on top. This can take around 25 minutes to properly fry, depending on your quantity as well. If it's less, it might take less time, but mine took about 30 minutes to fry well because I wanted it to fry well. The trick is to continue stirring this and not burn the groundnut because you can burn it if you do it this way. So you need to be very careful. Don't leave it on the fire, just be stirring it throughout, and this is what we have. Now let's make some groundnut soup. I'm going to be adding my chicken, which I've washed very well today. I very much not to use cold store chicken to make your soups. Try and use like live chicken, you know. And this is my pepper mix, which has more ginger, garlic and onion. I added more ginger and garlic to this, so please do the same. And I'm just going to blend this or grind, any of them works, and transfer this into my chicken or into my saucepan. Now I'm going to add my seasoning mix. I normally use my usual seasonings, and then I'm going to add some Eja spice and a little bit of salt. Try as much as possible to season your soup base very well because that is what is going to carry the soup. The only thing you'll be doing later is adjust the seasoning with some salt or anything like that. But it's always best to season this part very well and not over season it too, because if you over season it, it can make your soup very salty. But make sure you season it to taste. Now I'm just going to leave this to cook my chicken. Now as the chicken is cooking, I'm going to be adding my tomatoes and onions today. So I'm adding 3 tomatoes, 2 large onions, some red chilies. I like peppers, so you please don't follow my pepper quantity. Take the pepper that you think will best fit you. Don't use my pepper quantity. Now I'm going to cook it till the tomatoes and onions is soft, and then I'm going to take it out, blend and transfer it back into my soup. While I continue this, I'm going to just tell you that groundnut soup does not need a lot of tomatoes at all. So at least 2 to 3 tomatoes, depending on the quantity of soup you're using, is fine. If the soup is a small quantity, just 1 tomato is fine. Now I'm just going to add my fried groundnuts to this, then add in some water. Note that groundnut soup really likes water because it can thicken up at any time. So it doesn't mean add too much water, but make sure the water you're adding is enough, and boil this over. As you boil this, you would see the oil settling on top. If you struggle to get oil settling on top of your groundnut soup, then maybe the problem is from the groundnut paste or you're overboiling it. Do not overboil. Now I'm going to add some basil, that's AKOK MESA, to this, and some OKRO because tomorrow I'll be pairing this groundnut soup with kokunte. Oh my god, so I needed that OKRO in my soup. I'll leave the soup to simmer on low heat whilst we make our OMOTUO. So this is my broken rice, and I'm just going to add some water to this, add in some salt to taste, and then add in my rice. But before that, make sure your water boils over before you add in your rice. Now listen, this is the ratio I always use for my OMOTUO or my rice balls. I take 3 cups of water and 1 cup of rice, and then at least 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of salt. So whatever quantity you are trying to do, just use the same ratio, 3:1, to make your OMOTUO. Now you can see that it's soft, and all I'm going to do is drive or stir my OMOTUO to soften it up enough, and then start to make my balls. It's very easy to make rice balls. Just use your broken rice all the time because it's easier that way to get very soft rice with that. Now I'm just going to use my calabash to make some round balls, and that's it. My OMOTUO is ready. Now check on your soup, and groundnut soup should take approximately 40 to 45 minutes to cook. But if your quantity is more, it can actually take about an hour to cook. Remember that you don't want to overcook the soup, so you don't want to boil the soup too many times. So just on medium heat or low heat, your soup should take about an hour depending on the quantity. But if it's a small quantity, 45 minutes is ready. You also know that the soup is properly cooked. You can see that the color will start to change from whitish to to a bit dark brown or cream or something, and the oil will start to settle on top more. And the consistency of the soup will change or will move from light to a little bit thick and smooth, and that's exactly how you know that the groundnut soup is ready. Now this is the soup. I'm just going to serve this and enjoy. And you see how this looks. It looks so good, and I just can't wait for you guys to try it and let me know how it goes. See you in my next video. Bye.